It's time for a garden tour. What's going on today, Maureen? Well, I just don't know where to start. We're just about in the middle of May, I think. I'm about a month behind. Let's just get it onto the table. I'm a month behind. I live in an amazing grow zone and I should have lots in the garden. But whatever we have, we're gonna go and look at that. But let's start in the greenhouse studio today. Usually I start out in the yard, but let's start here. So, this pepper plant survived throughout the gnat season. We also have a lemon. These are two, and this is the third one of the gorgeous Nona tomatoes that my friend grew. Why, yes, I'm not growing my tomatoes very well. Just wait, you'll see. You'll just like, you'll shake your heads and you'll tisk. This is ginkgo biloba. I got some cuttings, so I am propagating those. And this is a dead hawthorn, I just noticed. And his friend beside him is also dying. Oh, this is one tomato that I grew. I don't know what kind it was. It showed up in some herb seeds. At least I grew that one, so that's good. I still have some pepper plants. I think these are the sweet peppers, so the California Wonders and the jalapenos, those have to get potted up. But I'm so grateful to see that none of my pepper plants have gnat sticky stuff on them, which is great. We have more things here in the grow station. I don't know what that is. If I take this off, then I can see. Oh, well, this is I'm starting Nona's, but this here does not look like tomatoes. Neither of these look like tomatoes. Okay, so I was trying some more. This is some stinging nettle that's coming up. And then more things that need to be potted up. So this is what I'm supposed to be doing today. We'll just swoop over here. Lemon trees. All of these trees I started from seed, and they are Meyer lemon, and they will need to be potted up. The lime, I believe, might have a lime on it, I don't know. Cardamom is looking great, just needs to be pruned. And all of these need to go outside now that it's warmer. My avocado that I accidentally started growing and almost killed accidentally, and it's still looking fabulous. So yeah, it's gonna be a few years till I get an avocado. And then this is what needs to be up potted right now or planted. And probably most of it could go right into the garden. But it's just like, I'm so behind. Let's go down here and look at these peppers. I'm just so pleased with how healthy these peppers are all looking. In the back are bird's eye chili, and these are the cayennes. And I'm sticking to just the 3 kind of hot peppers and the 1 sweet peppers. That is some of the bazillion of pickling cukes. I did just pot up the marigolds. Hey Gear, there's some marigolds, yay! And then these are all my doll baby watermelons that I just recently potted up. So, you know, he doesn't look like he's gonna make it, but some of the other ones, but these should go outside and be in the big greenhouse. Just planted up huge planting of the holy basil, again, should come outside. Like I said, I'm a month behind. Like, these things should be out and repotted and la 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 la. I'm excited to see and we've got a nice little tent caterpillar we're gonna go kill. Goodbye, little tent caterpillar. Oh, there's another one. Oh, I think you probably have laid your eggs on there. You go. So the blueberries do have some flowers, but it looks like I'm gonna need to come spray this with some water because those are probably caterpillar eggs. And there's just a couple more on there. And rose is starting to bloom. This is a rose that I took from my mom's yard. The ladies got into this one. This one had a whole bunch of radishes in it. They didn't want the radishes anymore. So I just said, fine, no radishes. Over here we do have some radishes, and the Swiss chard is finally coming back up after being eaten by the ladies. So they're not allowed to come out much anymore. All these raspberry canes I dug up, they all need to go to the front because they will be for sale, along with those raspberry canes and then those alpine strawberries. This is looking good. This is a grape that I planted. It's just going to stay in the pot because I'd like to take it with me when I move, but I am going to have to come up with some sort of better trellis for it. This was just makeshift at the end of the season. Super excited about this columnar tree. This one didn't produce any fruit last year, but we've got some little apples on it, so that's very exciting. This one that did produce last year does have its apples. And then this one did have apples, but I almost thought it was dead and it hasn't flowered. So I'm not sure if it's going to end up being there. But as you can see, the greenhouse has come out, and that's one ding dang hot place in there. Woohoo! I've got some of, well, I've got most of the squashes, and they all would like to be in ground. Let's just say that. Like, look at that one. Look at him just vining out there. He just like, put me in the ground, put me in the ground. Not yet, little squash, not yet. Mama doesn't have time. You just have to be a bit more patient, and please don't die. Please don't die. These are other melons. This is loofahs that are growing. More melons, so the honeydew and Gala, I don't know this one yet, so that's going to be new to me. Along with this winter hammy melon, I think it's HAMI. I have to look that up. You know, apparently I wanted a whole bunch of them. You know, when I was planting them, I probably knew why I wanted to plant that many, but not sure why. More melons and cantaloupe. Okay, yeah, he's gonna die. And then some of the cucumbers are here as well. More cucumbers. Over here, I've put some of my broccoli out. It's like, come on, broccoli, I need you to get big. And some hibiscus. Okay, brace yourselves. We're gonna go look at those tomatoes. Get ready to shake your head and tisk, tisk, tisk. So these are the proprietary heirloom sweetie cherries, and these are pineapples. And I need to look up what I need to give them because they are yellow. But here is my nonas. Oh, look at how big they are. Look at how big. I just potted these up again. You know, there was the episode where I showed that I was repotting them up and putting just some organic fertilizer in with them. And but the soil just was too dense and too compacted, and it really started to compost at the bottom of it. So just 2 days ago, I just planted them up with a different mixture. So it is like, this is just freshly watered, but it's a lot lighter. It's not going to be as dense. So I am hoping that in the next couple of days, I will see some growth once I figure out why they're yellow. Garden bed number 1. Normally, I would have a whole bunch of broccoli in here at this point, but I don't. But I do have beans, lots of beans. So in this corner, we've got some beans growing, and then I put in another marigold, and then also for this trellis, another set of beans. I don't quite remember. I think, I usually plant the Romano beans on this side, but I think there's 4 kinds of beans in here. Yada da da da. The thornless blackberry, it's looking great. I bought that last year, potted it up. This is a different variety, also potted up. And like, the cool thing is, just side note, these alpine strawberries, you know, they're very, very tiny looking, and they do produce a tiny berry. But once you get them into a large sized pot, they get just huge, and they're just fantastic. Look at that. It's just gorgeous. Let's continue on to the patio garden. This is, I think, Dead Man's Finger or something like that. And these two plants here are Angelica, so medicinal. And then if we go over to my little herb and planter station, then you can see what's going on here. Again, more alpine and pineapple strawberries, and they're just loaded and just beautiful. And these just kind of grow themselves. If I don't pay attention, it's like these little suckers will make their way to other pots. So here we have some basil coming up that I planted from seed out here. That is some basil that's been transplanted. It's looking great. I'm so excited to see this because none of my parsley made it, but this parsley, I think it seeded itself in here because this was actually a basil container. Parsley and cilantro, which is that pot there, these are things that you really, really need to eat in your diet as they help get rid of heavy metals. Lots of herbs of the oregano, sage, lemon balm, and then most of the lettuces here were planted from seed. There is a couple that might be from a store. I have a feeling it's these two that they came from the store, but these other ones I planted from seed. And then with your green onions, always remember with your green onions, and this is my green onion pot, and they will last quite some time, is once you buy some green onions and you chop off the end, root it into water. These ones I didn't root into water first, but I plunked them into the soil, and now I've got fresh green onions. Yahoo, yahoo. So in behind the greenhouse, and this is usually where I put all my orchard plants. So all of those lemon trees and stuff, they will all come out here for a couple of days, and then they will be out in the elements. Garden bed number 2. So this was my winter garden, and I haven't completely taken it apart. I still have this PVC pipe that needs to come down, but this is what is left of it. There is some kale and there is some cabbages. Whether they're going to head or not, I don't know. But this is where I will be planting in cucumbers. The pickling cukes go in the back because there is a nice trellis there. And I do believe this was a bought fig tree that I purchased. And that other one there is one that I propagated from my original turkey fig there, which is kind of cool. Let's just back up here so you can see how beautiful this is. So this is a self-pollinating kiwi, and it looks like it is loaded this year with lots and lots of flowers. So I'm excited about that. It's looking really, really great. And then if we go in between our arch to garden bed 3, this is a beautiful lilac. That's just wonderful. Oh, and it looks like we do have some figs growing on the turkey fig. Garden bed 3. I had some of those starters that I had bought for the grow your own food, and so I put them in here. As you can see, that one has been eaten. So they are starting to come back because the ladies aren't being allowed to come out. The espaliered apple tree, so there's 3 different varieties of apples on it. So they're all looking great. There is some apples coming. Very, very nice. Oh, and this dogwood here, it's a light variegated, that also is from my mom's home, which is something so great to have. Look at the Solomon seal, just looking beautiful. This is kind of my lushy garden that just takes care of itself. I don't have to do anything with it, which is great. And if you haven't seen me move the chicken babies, this is their new daytime home, so this is where they hang out during the day. But it was quite the process to get them out here. And one of the reasons being is that, I was trying to play, hi, I'm a pirate with my chicken on my shoulder as I was walking out. Actually, I had 2 chickens on my shoulders. So you will have to check out that video. Lots of fun. And we are going to go and have a peekaboo at my onion bed here shortly. But you can hear that little junco. If you hear that clicking, I'm not sure. But we are going to go and just have a quick peek because there is a junco nest in this California lilac. Oh, I know you open your mouth because you think I'm your mom. You can see them there. I know I'm not going to touch your babies. I won't touch your babies. See them? I know I'm stressing you out, Mama. I will be gone in a second. There they are there. Pretend that it's the mums coming. Maybe they'll go. There it is. And look at their crazy wide beaks, hey? Just amazing. Anyway, we'll leave those alone and stop stressing out the parent over there. Okay, I'm walking away. Not touching your babies. You're okay. You're okay. So I can't remember when I planted these onions at the top. These ones were planted just a couple of months ago. So I have been adding nitrogen to them because onions need lots of nitrogen. There is a layer of nitrogen underneath the straw. But we're going to head around to the front. In here is just some regular strawberries, but I've also planted some French beans in here. So they are coming up, which looks great. But then as we walk here, here is where I've moved the grow your own food. And this is here for my tenant. Look at how gorgeous it all looks. It just gets this beautiful sun all day long. Just look at that. Sugar snap peas. Beans are coming along, all this gorgeous lettuce. Just beautiful. This is, I believe, a cauliflower or broccoli, but I think this one, this one, it's either my chickens or the rats have gotten to it. So I think my tenant put it up here to protect it from the chickens at least. So let's give it some more sun. Let it catch up. And into the front yard. This is a California lilac. It needs to be trimmed and pruned because it is so close to the house, but I don't want to prune it now because it's just starting to flower and it is an amazing pollinator. And then the olive tree. We're still needing to get our wood chips, but in here I have gaillardia, and in here I also bring the zinnias. This is just a bazillion different types of lavender plants, and so I'd actually like to pull some of them out and bring them into the front garden. These three trees, they do need to be moved. These are called haskap. Haskap, and it is higher in antioxidants than blueberries, but I think they don't like the heat. And this one in here, just so that you can see that there is a blueberry, or not a blueberry, there is a haskap here, or two, oh, three. So there, I think you should be able to see them. So they're a little bit longer shaped than what a blueberry is. I think that one has some more, so I think we should get out and pick them before the birds do. And then the different types of elderberries that I have, again, the pots need to be cleaned and kind of reset. And then if we back up, you can see my peach tree, where we had those absolutely delicious peaches last year. And if we have a peekaboo at it, you're gonna see there are lots of peaches on this. I'm so excited. But, you know, this California lilac is in the way, but there's a big one up there. They look great. Lots of beautiful elderberries to come. And then into our little garden here. Not much to show. It's It's kind of our little place to sit and relax. And then we're going through the secret garden pathway to the front yard from this end. There's lots more potatoes that have come up. This bed I hadn't planted yet. So there is some that are just from last year. So I will be trying to get some more potatoes in there. You know, our growing season goes until right into November. So it'll be fine for me to plant some more tomatoes and have late harvest. They'll be small, but that's okay. So these are the ones that I planted. You would have seen that video. The grapes are looking great. Last year it fruited for the first time and we pulled 20 pounds of grapes off of it. This one here, it's a white table grape and they're super sweet, so I'm hoping we're gonna see much more. But when I did my first tour, I thought my Gewürztraminer had not made it through, but as you can see, we do have some leaves growing on it, so might just need a bit of babying. Not that I know how to baby a grape, but we'll figure it out. Step back down. And the garlic is all looking lovely with the potatoes in and around it. I'm hoping the potatoes won't taste like garlic. But you can see there, all the garlic is looking very, very, very great. So this was garlic that was not planted by me. It was what was left from last year. So we will be harvesting that. In the grow bags, I haven't really gotten anything going in them, just reset them. But you know, this is where many of the squashes will be. And then if we turn around here with this trellis here, that's where I will be planting the melons and things like that. Along in this area here where you see this white, that's where I will be growing all my watermelons along there, just because there is so much surface for them to sprawl all over, so which will be great. Oh, let's go see what's going on in here, because I see it's popped out its head. Look at that. So this is a Jerusalem artichoke. And if you ever plant Jerusalem artichokes, plant them inside a container, because these are all coming up on their own. And it doesn't matter how far I dig down, we get these Jerusalem artichokes, which my kids also call fartichokes, or their sunchokes. So we're pulling up those Jerusalem artichokes, and look at that. They're already starting to grow their fruit. And these are really great when, to make a low-carb chip. They're fantastic. Thinly slice them, put them in the air fryer, but they do make you gassy. So that is the garden tour for May. And now I'm going to get back into the studio and try to get some things potted up. And so hopefully when we do the tour in June, we will see more food and more life in the garden. Anyway, I hope you're having a great day wherever you are. Take care. God bless.